Today we're going to look at people in motion, walking, bending and simply standing. These are ordinary everyday poses, but they make wonderful subjects for drawing. Rather than getting caught up in anatomy and detail, I'm going to look for the line of action, the centre line, the balance of the figure and the big simple shapes. Keep your lines loose, don't worry about making mistakes, and let's get started. So here we've got the line of action, crossing at about halfway point. And very simple, it's a walking pose, so it's very straightforward. But that line of action and that centre line is very helpful. Now the centre line is going from the top of her chest, the top of the sternum, the manubrium, and we just start to flesh it out now. Don't worry about detail, just try to get a facsimile of it, if that's the right word. And just try and just flesh it out a little bit, but don't be in a rush to finish it or get fine detail. We move around the picture, we don't just try to draw a finger and then the other finger, etc., and the eyes and the eyebrows. We try to move around the whole picture. Now this pose here, this is a very different one. It's the one in the middle there. And it's a crouching pose. Now this presents a different set of problems, but I attack it in the same way that I attack anything, and that's to give the line of action of the shapes, etc. So I'm not thinking of the head as a head, I'm thinking of it as just a shape, and the back as a shape, and the legs are shapes, if you like. And if you think of them as shapes and basic simple shapes and not legs or heads or anything like that, it's less intimidating. And you can enjoy the drawing, and your drawing will improve because you'll be looking, or seeing rather, like an artist. Now these have been polished up a little bit, but I'm going with a 2B pencil. The 2B pencil is very good for giving accent to the line or energy to the line. I want to talk a little bit about getting a likeness, as we're doing people at the moment, and getting a likeness. If I can use my example, you imagine you're seeing your friend, it's a rainy night even, and she's 50 yards ahead or even 100, and you instantly recognize her. Not because of her eyes or her nose or anything like that. Those have got very little to do with anything. You recognise her shape. She's got a very distinctive shape. It's subtle, but it's distinctive. It's her shape. And you recognise that straight away. So you, when you go out sometimes at night, see, just test that you how you recognise your friend from a long way away. And then you'll be thinking like an artist, because that's how artists think. And it's the same with these sketches here. I'm not thinking about her nose or her eyes or anything. I'm thinking about the characteristic of the pose. If we get that right, we get everything right. But if we don't get the characteristic of the pose, if we don't get that feeling of the pose, we'll never get the drawing right. So you've got to get the feeling right first. And please sketch these yourselves. Try them from different angles and try them quickly. Draw quickly. Now here's the next pose, and it's another line of action on a centre line. And the centre line in this case is going from her top of her breastbone, the manubrium, and it goes straight down to the weight-bearing leg. So on the weight-bearing leg, I've drawn the shoulders and the hips, and you can see that the hip of the weight-bearing leg, which is her left leg, is raised somewhat. And the other leg is just merely for balance. So once again, I've used a centre line. I've used the head as a unit of measure. It's one head to equals about 7 heads or 7.5 heads in a body. That's an average, of course. But, you know, if you want to get everything right, you've got to use that unit of measure too. You've got to see how many heads fit into a standing figure. You see that centre line, it cuts right through the foot of her left leg. So that's the balancing, or I should say the weight-bearing leg, and tells us a lot about the pose. Now she's reaching up with her left arm, and that's going to pull the drapery up on the left side. From the top of her head, you can measure where her hand will be, etc. Look around in the pose and in the drawing, and you'll see how things relate to other things. So her left shoulder is raised because she's raising her left arm. and the drapery lines also help to create that effect. Now I've put a setting on this to give you an idea about perspective. The horizon line is just going through her upper arm, and that'll be that's your eye line actually. Lesson's not about perspective, but I thought I'd put a little Japanese road in, a country road as it were, just to indicate some perspective. I'll go into more about perspective as I deal with the lessons, but you see how she fits. She's very comfortable in that position. So the light's coming from the right side, so we just indicate with a bit of shadow. And there we are, 3 different poses, but the basic approach remains much the same. Look for the movement first, find the center line and the balance, simplify the big shapes, and leave the smaller details until later. And remember, you don't need a model in a studio to practice figure drawing. Ordinary people in ordinary everyday situations can give us some of the most interesting subjects to draw. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to Michael Coxon Tokyo Art School and let me know in the comments what you'd like to learn next. I'll see you in the next drawing.